Greetings all, this is Hairy Nick, and welcome to the second round of the Hairy Nick Discord Quarantine Cup that we're doing here with the patrons. Today, we have Roundy once again with this Imperial Brawler list thingamajig that we saw in the last video. Also here we have some knob, otherwise known as Whisper, with a bunch of Resistance A-Wings. So just a quick refresher, looking at Roundy's list. We have Vessery with Crackshot, Redline with Passive Sensors and Proton Torpedoes, and Seven Sister with Fire Control System. Very nice, tight list. Like the way how it performed in the last round, so maybe we'll seeing that again in this one. On the Resistance, we have Blue Squadron Recruit with Heroic, Taliesin Lintra with Crackshot Heroic and Advanced Optics, ZZ Tlo, never get that right, with Heroic, Cluster Missiles and Advanced Optics, and Poe Dameron in the T-70 X-Wing with Heroic, R4 Astromech, Black One, and Jamming Beam. Seems like we have most of the Resistance deploying over in this corner, and this ship here is our Blue Squadron Recruit. Interesting, which is this pilot here, so maybe there's a bit of shenanigans going on here, trying to get to a flank or maybe trying to kite off some of the aces into that corner if we charge off in that direction. Could be interesting. Given the maneuverability of these ships, though, it could easily change mid-game either way. And the deployment over on the Empire, we have Vessery and Redline over in one corner and Seven Sister there by herself. So looks like the Resistance was counter-deploying against Seven Sister just here. Given how well she flanked in the last game, that could be a strong strategy, so who knows, who knows. Either way, let's wait for the dials and see how this all goes. Just while the players are working out their dials, thank you so much for the feedback on the last video. A lot of people were saying they prefer a little bit less movement with the camera. Totally understand. I will try to limit myself a bit more than that. I don't really like just having this camera view with the whole table in view or even like the top-down kind of thing. I realize it's the best thing for like all situations, sort of the best of both worlds kind of approach, but I really do like trying to get into the action and making the video a bit more dynamic. But I'll try to limit the amount I do that anyway. Yes, some people were mentioning, hey, I got to get the dice rolls on screen, so I'll try my best to do that. Just bear in mind, guys, I actually don't have the ability to talk to the players during this. So I'm not going to tell them in the chat, like, hey, can you roll the dice on screen that they can't even see? So we're just doing the best we can do. I'll always announce what the dice are rolled regardless, so it's not going to make much of a difference by that. I'm more interested in sort of having a look at how the game unfolds strategically. Knowing the exact dice roll of everything, I don't think, in terms of analysing what's going on, is really all that helpful. All right, starting off with that Blue Squadron Recruit. Just turning in and barrel rolling. Looks like we might be meeting back up with the group. So you can see how this was deployed here. That Blue Squadron Recruit was the first ship, and then we had basically all of those Empire ships. So it's almost like they were trying to counter-deploy, and then the other Resistance ships counter-deployed Seven Sister as well. So I think we're going to have a bit of durdling here in the opening rounds. Seven Sister turning back down towards the other Imperial aces. Vessery just turning towards Seven Sister. Possibly going aggressive here with Redline. We'll see how that goes. Also worth noting, we actually have some gas clouds in play in this game, unlike the last game. So our Imperial player has brought rocks to this tournament. Kind of feel like that benefits the Defender more than any other ship on this board. Kind of handy for those A-Wings, though. Like, they can just chip out enough damage. I feel like they're in a pretty good spot here. Definitely a solid group of ships, 3 A-Wings and an X-Wing. I think that's a pretty nice group. Like, basically, any combination as a 4 of on the Resistance. I've spoken about this before. Going pretty aggressive here with ZZ Tlo and Taliesin Lintra. Poe also getting a bit of speed forward, but charging through. Definitely feel like, unlike the last game, if both lists are sort of forced to fly through those asteroid fields, it's not going to heavily favour one or the other. I mean, obviously the most manoeuvrable ships are probably the Defender and Seven Sister, but the least is definitely Redline. The A-Wings and X-Wing definitely don't struggle with rocks. All right, back to movement again. So I'm turning away with the Recruit. Not quite sure what the intentions are here. Although I'm more interested to see what those named A-Wings are going to do, see how aggressive they go Maybe try to force the issue and get a shot on Seven Sister. Certainly can, potentially with both of them. Seven Sister are going to do a boost here to try and keep it out of shot. Yes, she is. And Redline staying aggressive there. I don't really like that one little recruit against Redline and Colonel Vessery. I don't think that's a fight they're going to win in a hurry. Not quite managing to get the target locked. They're going to shift it over to that gas cloud. Nope, shifting it over to that rock. Why not? Okay, moving over to our named A-Wing pilots. Yep, fairly aggressive. The boost around is definitely not going to get our shot on Seven Sister. It's still worth doing though. Trying to charge up for next turn. We're going 2 speed here. And once again, I don't think we're quite going to get the shot here. And boosting around is also going to face that rock, so might be less than ideal. And go for the hard turn next turn. Yeah, I don't hate that. Don't hate that. Seems like a fairly good position to be in against Seven Sister, though. Yeah, just going for the focus. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially what we got here, Taliesin Lintra. Being able to just do that 5 forward and do a boost from there might just be really solid. It might really force the issue on Seven Sister. And I don't think she's going to want to turn around and face them. So maybe she's just got to try and keep out of the fight. Maybe do her just chuck on the jets and get behind this gas cloud. Just force the resistance player to keep chasing while they can take out this A-Wing over here. It's just interesting. We've got this weird kind of whirlwind where I think Seven Sister, if we go for the 5 forward on Seven Sister, it's really going to favour the Imperial player, despite the fact she'll be out of the fight. But if we can pop off one of those A-Wings first, I think the Imperial player here will be in good stead. Whereas if they don't, and they get 1 or 2 shots off of Seven Sister from those A-Wings, Yeah, the real danger is how much firepower the resistance player can sort of focus in on these first couple of rounds of shooting. I'm curious to what the thought process was here, flying that rookie off to one side. Maybe it's going to try and turn in and boost away, and I don't know. It's going aggressive. Waiting for the focus. Yeah, pushing for a boost. I mean, if you can get the block on Redline, it eliminates that shot. Oh, Vessery's just in a gorgeous position there. Oh, is he going to go for the boost, get the range 1 shot? You've got to think there's a temptation there. Definitely do it. Nah, going for the focus. Seven Sister goes over the gas cloud. Still getting off a shot on that A-Wing. Yep, should just manage that. It could be far worse. I just don't like the fact that it's getting a potentially range 1 shot from Vessery. I think that's range 2 just. Now we'll see. Yep, going aggressive with these A-Wings here. Yep, going for that boost. We're doing a 2 hard here, 3 hard. Ooh, it's close. Nah, it's fine. Probably boosting forward, trying to get shots off on Seven Sister. I mean, at this point, yes, they're probably going to really cop it with this A-Wing here. But if it survives, the resistance player here can really push this flank and try to get off one of those Imperial ships early. Yep, there it is. And I think we're just going to get range 3 here. It's going to be through the asteroid, or the gas cloud rather. And Poe just hanging out. Probably going to do a boost to the right as well. Back up his buddies. We're obviously not going to get a shot with Poe Dameron here. We're going to just get this shot here. Yes, we certainly are. It's definitely through a cloud. Yep. So probably not hitting. I think ideally we wanted to try and get 2 shots off on Seven Sister, but still, well set up for next turn. How do we go here? 1 hit, 1 focus. May as well spend. Nothing to save it onto. 4 dice, and we have evaded naturally. And now we've got Seven Sister and Vessery going into this A-wing. We have cleared range 1. Yep, so we're firing at range 2 first up. Vessery is also focused. 3 natural hits. Defenders. You gotta love them sometimes. We'll spend focus to make it 1 hit. Just the 1 blank dice result there. And we don't have a shot here from Seven Sister, so we're back to dials again. So I feel like that's a pretty good result for the resistance play here. Obviously a massive risk taking on those 3 ships with a recruit, but we can really push hard with those A-wings here and Poe Dameron. If we take a look at what's going on here, we have Zizzy Tlo can easily do like a 2 forward or a 3 forward and boost. Even if Seven Sister tries to sort of put the jets on, try to get away. Can be a little bit conservative here. I'm guessing we're going to have a big 3 bank from this ship over here with Talton Lidra, which will just pop her behind that gas cloud. As for the rookie, I think the safe thing to do is probably maybe just a K-turn behind Redline here. Just get another gun on the board. And Poe just as fast forward as possible. Seven Sisters is going to be interesting though. She might turn in to meet one of the A-wings. Problem is, she does fly before all of them, so that's a big risk. You got to think Vessery is going to be doing his white K-turn. And Redline, don't remember Redline. Don't really feel like he can get into the fight properly this turn. We'll see how that goes. Okay, and we are back to movement again. Just the 3 bank there with the A-wing, clearing stress. Focusing, and are we going to go for that boost as well? Yes, we are. Feels like a pretty strong option here. Like, I don't think that Seven Sisters going to keep that in arc. We'll see how we go. Oh, she is. Gee willikers. I think she'll, or she might just be an arc of that A-wing. We'll see how that goes. As for Vessery and Redline, what's going on here? What's going on here? Yeah, seems pretty solid. There is 1 hit on this A-wing, so there's a pretty solid chance she might destroy this. Both force tokens available to use with her ability, so she can eliminate one of those evade results. Vessery just bumping into the side of Redline there. I wonder if that was intentional. Oh, Redline copping the rock. Being a little bit too confident with that turn there. Unless it was intentional. Suffering 1 hit onto the shields, the critical. Not so bad in that situation. Yeah, sometimes it is worth doing stuff like that just to get your position. I'll see if his nubs are over the rock in a second. Let's just take a look at these A-wings and the X-wing first. Nice and aggressive. Right, expecting a boost here. Yep, absolutely. Get the range 3 shot on Seven Sister again. Not a bad idea, actually. If she is forced to use her force tokens, no pun intended, she might not have her ability up. Going for the target lock. Popping it on Seven Sister. We're going to push into a boost here. Thinking about it. Yep, absolutely. Also, gets him out of range of Redline. Very nice. And Poe Dameron is doing a hard turn. Now, I did not see that one coming. Boosting to the right, I'd imagine? Nope, boosting to the left. Okay. Yep, pushing for a target lock on Redline. Or Poeing the limit, as we call it now. And he takes the opening salvo. So let's take a look at this. Poe into Redline. We're looking at range 2, not obstructed. 1 hit and 1 crit. We're going to reroll that blank with that target lock. Yes, we are. And we have 2 hits and 1 crit versus a blank. So we have a critical going to on red line. It is Panicked Pilot, getting a stress token. All right, next up we have ZZ going into Seven Sister. And we are firing cluster missiles here. So we can get a shot on both ships potentially. Don't have the focus to spend there. We do have that target lock. So, oh, just 1 hit. Not what you really want off 3 dice on a target lock. Oh, that's evaded. Didn't have to spend any force tokens as well. That's important. So are we gonna use an extra charge token, take a shot at Vessery as well? Nope, not close enough to Seven Sister. Fair enough. And also Taliesin firing at range 3 at Seven Sister. 2 dice versus 4. God, I think this is getting evaded. Oh, 2 hits. Good start. And 2 evades. Exactly the right amount of evades. And she goes through unscathed, not spending a single force token, which means she's going to fire at this A-Wing. Oh, that's vicious. I mean, the resistance player's got to feel bad if it's literally by a factor of 1 evade that she cancels. So, spending up that target lock. Need all paint here in order to potentially destroy this. That is a hit. So we need more than 1. Oh, that's the one, but we can spend focus. Okay, cool. And she'll spend her force tokens. Yep. And that will deliver 2 hits on that A-Wing. Actually, a hit and a crit. Crit being damage sensor array. And we did get that shot back at Seven Sister. Just with a single critical, which has been evaded. By, All right, starting off this next round, we have our recruit jetting off into the sunset. Quite literally there. You've got to imagine it's not getting shot this turn. But thanks to that rear arc, might get a shot off at Seven Sister, if it's lucky. Vessery doing the K-turn, as we expect. What's Redline doing here? Do we have those nubs on the rock? No, we don't. So, Redline not copying the rock again. Oh, Vessery turning into face Poe. Yeah, that's solid. Seven Sister turning to group up with the other Empire ships. Not in a strong spot there. She might boost to get out of shot of the recruit, or... No, she just might not care. It's a range 3 shot. It's not likely to hit. Just taking an evade token? Yep, seems solid. Redline turning at Poe here. Curious to see what Poe does, because that's going to block that Talon roll if he tries to do it. I don't think Talon rolling there would be wise either way. Oh, that's nice. Can we barrel roll behind Seven Sister there? Actually, there's no point. Vessery's right there. But what action are we taking? Yep, going for the target lock on Vessery. Yeah, seems nice. Seems solid. Other named A-Wing here going ham. Probably going to boost inwards, one would imagine. Focus boost to the right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Might just have managed that range 1 shot. We'll see how that goes. And Poe overtaking Redline. But that's not going to clear the stress, unfortunately. Just rolling for the gas cloud now. Nope, it's blank. All good. So, look, we're copying a shot from Vessery on Poe here, but at the same time we have 2 shots on return on Vessery. That's not so bad. Only real issue is the only damage on the Empire's ship is on Redline, and we've got no more shots on Redline. really unideal to be spreading out our damage across this, like especially against an Empire list. Because basically they're going to keep swapping out turn after turn. Do we have no shots with Poe? That's weird. Seven Sister or... Yep, range 2 against Seven Sister. Here we go. 2 hits. Good start for the resistance dice there. 1 evade. And no, she's taking it. We have got our range 1 shot here against Vessery. We certainly do. Just using a 3 dice primary, I imagine. No point using another missile here. And we got 3 hits. Here we go. No focus token to spend. We do have the evade token, so we're taking 1 hit on Vessery. And Seven Sister and Vessery's turn now. Range 3 against Poe Dameron. We have a single hit. Her ability is not up either. And Poe has completely blanked out. And heroic, the re-rolling into 1 single evade. That is beautiful. Oh, that is tight. I like that. Heroic worth its weight in gold. So pardon me while I change this camera angle. Just trying to have a think about what's going to go on here. Poe being able to fly after Seven Sister and Vessery is interesting. Although we can't do a Talon Roll with that stress token. Or probably just doing like an easy 1 or 2 to try and clear it, I imagine. Redline's in a bit of a pickle, being stressed facing that gas cloud. Vessery can K-turn through that rock if he really wants to, but he will be copying that and losing his action and all that kind of stuff. Seven Sister, I imagine, is going to be slow rolling here to try and hit Poe. Our recruit has flown out of dodge, which is really good, actually, for the resistance player, just trying to avoid getting shot. Although with 40 minutes left on the clock, you've got to imagine that at some point Vessery is going to catch it. Speaking of which, Vessery flying through the rock, avoiding damage, just getting that free evade token. Seven Sister turning hard at Poe Dameron. Curious now. If he does a 1 bank, he might just trade blows with Seven Sister there. That could be interesting. No, but she's boosting away, so it's a moot point. And Redline. Clearing stress. Just gently banking around that gas cloud. Going for a target lock, we have shots on both Zizo Plo and Poe Dameron. We've still got all the shots left on that proton torpedo, don't we? Yes, we certainly do. ZZ turning to away from the edge of the board. And Taliesin just doing a 2 forward, clearing stress. So I don't think we're going to get shots this turn. Just trying to see if Taliesin does this boost here. Taliesin taking a target lock, and I imagine boosting round to the right as well. Yep. But Poe Dameron in a real awkward spot here. Hopefully clearing the stress. Yep. Just doing an easy 1. Not really opening up that Talon Roll the next turn, though, because it's right next to that rock. Unless he wants to Talon Roll around the rock here next turn. Oh, he's boosting. Yeah. Can do like a 3 hard and a boost to try and get a shot the next turn. Might be okay. That rookie, though, is not long for this world. I can tell you that right now. This little guy is staring down the barrel at the front end of 3 very powerful Imperial ships. So let's get that view. Let's get that view, like right down that nose. Like, yeah, this pilot is going to die. It's just going to blow up. And that is the view from a dead pilot. All right, dials are set. We're going. And the suicide pilot charges off. I got to say, though, I'm impressed that this recruiter has, as in the Blue Squadron recruit, has managed to kite the entire Imperialist twice this game now. Boost seems a bit scary there. Vessery turning away to avoid the rock. Yeah, we're barrel rolling away, potentially to trying to move out of the way of Redline. I don't think it's going to work, though. If Redline does a one bank, I still think he's going to hit the side of Vessery. Here goes Seven Sister, carrying a whole slew of target locks. Now, thought process here is if I barrel roll, I might be losing a shot on that rookie. And Redline has just missed, and we're going to target lock. Is it worth it? Is it worth using a proton torpedo against a ship with 1 health? I mean, I suppose Redline can always reload, so it's not the end of the world. But you generally want to fire that off against full health ships and try to do some real damage. Unfortunately, the Empire player here doesn't have the option of firing with Seven Sister first to see if they don't have to use the proton torpedo. Redline's a higher initiative, so they're going to have to fire the proton torpedo or not. They don't have a choice of waiting to see what's going to happen. We have got to check every time. Talos and Lintra flying just up Seven Sisters' rear end there. Poe Dameron skirting around the side of this rock, boosting around, getting a shot on Seven Sister. Ooh, maybe just. We'll see in a second. And getting the shot off with a focus token. That's nice. Let's see if we can do some damage before that recruit has to die. Yep, spending focus to get 3 hits. Beautiful. 1 evade, 1 focus. We're spending, which means Seven Sister cannot use her ability this turn. Taking 1 point of shield. Ooh, it's close. It's close. She's only got 1 force token left. This A-Wing could potentially do it. The odds are not high, but it is possible. We're moving over to Redline now. Redline firing at range 2. Yep, using a proton torpedo. Just want to get this job done. Want to get this A-Wing off the board finally. I can understand the frustration, so why not? Yep, that's going to be... Just spend focus, make it 4 hits. No, using the target lock. Oh! 3 crits and a hit. That is a very, very dead A-Wing. Ooh, 3 blanks. Heroic gets to reroll 3 blanks. Oh, 3 evades. 1 single crit goes in. Oh, had there been any other situation, like Heroic is sometimes just randomly a stupid card. Shots on Redline and Seven Sister here. Now, we've already got points on Seven Sister, so we might try to go for the kill on Redline. Let's see what we're thinking here. Yeah, range 2, Seven Sister, range 3, Redline. Going for Redline? I got to be honest, if it was me, I'd be too tempted by Seven Sister there. This is Talos and Lintra, isn't it? Yeah. All right, we have rolled a hit and a focus, turning into 2 hits. And Seven Sister has rolled a single evade. Sorry, with Seven Sister there, not Redline. Seven Sister down to 1 hull left. This is getting close. This is getting close. And that would be our last shots. Yes, righto. So, Empire player taking their first kill, though. I feel like this has been fairly even-keeled for most of the game, but I think the Resistance player here just getting points on Seven Sister and Redline. You got to think if one of them's coming off the board this turn, they're in a pretty tough spot. And back to maneuvers again. With that recruit gone, All the Imperial ships now fly first. Vessery doing the K turn. Free evade. Boosting forward. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want to get any of these Imperial ships caught out one by one. Red line turning around, doing a focus, probably taking a free target lock, I'd imagine. Yep. Onto Poe. No, onto the A-Wing. Interesting choice. I think there's a much higher chance of hitting Poe this turn. Let's see. Oh, going real aggressive against Red line there. That's nice. Red line, 1 point, so 5 hull left. Can't come off the board this turn. Well, it's not likely anyway. Let's just see what Poe does. If we can get a really powerful shot against Seven Sister. We've got 2 big, fat, juicy targets here. Seven Sister on 1 hull. Red line on a 5 hull left, but you got to remember also only 1 green dice. We just got another shot in Seven Sister there with ZZ. Yes, I think we have actually. What's Poe going to do? Poe is really the interesting aspect here, I think. Turning away. Oh, I'm not going to get shots this turn. Not likely anyway. I don't think we're going to have range on Vessery. So flying conservatively, not a bad thing, but yeah, if I was a Resistance player here, I'd really try to be forcing the issue and just try and get one of those Imperial ships off. The second that happens, you got to think the game's just being run away with. We do have a range 3 shot here with Vessery. I was wrong, actually. Let's see how this goes. We have hit, crit, and a focus. We'll be spending focus. Yep, hit, crit. Versus 4 dice. We have an evade token up. 1 evade. Spend evade here to just take a single crit. Yep. Taking another point of shield. You gotta... It's a real tough call getting into Vessery with 25 minutes left, though. That's the only thing. So I'm moving over to red line here. Red line doesn't have a shot by the looks of it. Talos and Lintra flying into the side of red line. 3 red dice. Both have a focus token. And hit, focus. You got to spend. You want to spend? Yeah, you haven't been hit yet. May as well. Come on. There we go. Spending focus. 3 hits. Here we go. Versus 1 dice. And, just getting that focus result. Spending focus to take 2 hits. But that is half points on red line now. So, just squeaking out the points where you can get them. We have a range 3 shot. No, range 2. Oh, there you go. We have ZZ firing at Seven Sister. Using cluster missile, so 3 dice. Hit, and a crit. Versus 3 evades. It has been evaded. Just the 1 hit. Spending our lock. 2 hits. And Poe rolling hit focus. Fair enough. Seven Sister does not have a shot by the looks of it. Nope. We are back to dials again. So here with 20 minutes left on the clock, I'm favouring the Resistance here. Both Seven Sister and Red Line are both 1 proper hit away from being destroyed. I don't think either of them... Well, rather, I don't think both of them are going to survive this round. I'm pretty sure one of them is going to pop here. The one saving grace for the Empire here is Poe Dameron is facing away from them and will not be able to shoot them the next turn. Can't Talon roll. There's no possible maneuver that they can do to sort of make that happen. While Vessery doesn't mind taking another shot. However, just having a look at Vessery, how close are we to getting half points? Just 2 more hits. So even if Poe just shoots Vessery and gets half points there, It's a little bit hairy. It's a little bit hairy. Red line is 3 hull away from being destroyed. Both A-wings could shoot red line this turn. So yeah, I just favour the resistance here a little bit. I think the Empire need a bit of luck with the dice. They certainly need a big hit or two in this next round to try and sort of pull their way back into it. All right, so Vessery turning into the group there. Seventh Sister turning towards Poe. And Red Line doing a K-turn. Quick manoeuvres. Very quick manoeuvres. Let's take a look at these A-wings. Taliesin going really hard. Interesting choice there. Definitely wasn't getting a shot with the 4 forward. I mean, maybe it's just me. I just would have gone for the 3 hard and try to go right at red line there. Just try and force the issue, get a ship off the board. Yeah, boosting around to the left. Yeah, that's still going to take quite some time. ZZ has just gone to the side of red line. That's a shame. A 4 forward would have forced a range 1 shot. So it's definitely worked out well for red line there. Let's see what Poe's doing. You're going to bank up to meet Vessery. Yep, closing the S-foils. We have a bullseye shot here, so it doesn't hurt. Target lock feels like a power play here because he only needs 2 hits to get points on Vessery. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Was not expecting that. I mean, my opinion here is you go for the target lock focus and you try to put some real damage on Vessery. Yes, you're exposing Poe at the same time, but at this point, you're this far ahead, just forcing the issue really makes it difficult for the opposing player. Yep, going through the gas cloud, sure. Maybe he was worried about getting shot by red line as well. I guess, yeah, the proton's there. It makes sense. I don't know. I just like watching ships blow up. Maybe that's just me. Okay, Vessery flying around to potentially meet Poe here. Taking the free evade token. Are we... Oh, we're going for that boost? Might just go for the focus token. No, he did go for the boost. We might get a shot on Poe here. This is getting interesting. Very interesting. Seven Sister flying to Poe as well. Target locking Poe. Seems like a good idea. And red line. Clearing stress and focus target lock Poe. Seems pretty solid. We have a red line lock there already. Nah, boosting. Just making sure that Poe can't get out of here. Poe does a 3 bank. He's copping a big shot from Vessery. Let's see, we have ZZ doing a hard turn there. Getting a shot on Seven Sister and red line. Trying to see if that's range 1, if we can get a cluster missile shot at both of them. I think it's pretty close. I think that'll work. Focusing, then boosting. Yep, sure. Yep, that's going to be a range 1 shot on red line. Seems solid. And Taliesin doing a hard turn. Probably just getting out of shot of red line. I don't think it really matters, mate. He's not shooting Taliesin, he's shooting Poe. I think a boost round to the left is not going to change that range either. Straight boost, I think, is just going to be outside range 3, but I don't think it really matters at this point. Unless Poe's going to get out of the shot. Ooh. If Poe's doing a 3 bank here, I think Talison's going to do a boost straight to get out of range 3. Doing the bank round to the left is just going to basically keep it at the same range. Yeah, barrel rolling. Yeah. That works too. It's an awkward spot for next turn, but probably the correct call to make. So Poe has turned this way, so he will avoid getting shot by Vessery, but he's going to cop that proton torpedo, which isn't going to kill him, but at the same time, I think we really got to be thinking about this next turn now. I don't think taking that stress token is really wise for Poe here, because a Talon roll is so good this next turn. I don't think Redline's going to be able to avoid that. So Poe has no shot. We're going over the Empire first. Vessery has no shot either. Looking at Redline, proton torpedoes, as we expected. But that wasn't the roll. He's just picking up the dice. Yep, sure. Rerolling the focus and the blank. Yep. And we reroll into 3 hits. And protoning for hit crit. And Poe just defending with 2 dice. That is the power of negating range bonuses. 2 blanks. Heroic. Man, that card is tight. Spending, yep. Taking 2 shields. Oh, nice. Just evading that critical hit. That's really solid. And Poe, I think, has just gotten out of range of Seventh Sister as well. So he's gotten off scot-free there. Not on half health either. Okay, we're looking at a range 1 shot here. Up the back of Redline. Spending focus, hit crit. And 3 hits kills him. And that is a dead Redline. It happened in exchange for half points on Poe. But I think that's just absolutely fine. Seven Sisters, probably not got a shot. No, just missing. And Poe can breathe a sigh of relief. So, yeah, still favouring the resistance here. Half health on Seven Sister. Nearly half health on Vessery. And Redline is dead. All right, back to manoeuvres again. Seven Sister moving in, as is Vessery. Potentially trying to get some big hits on Poe. Of course, Poe can respond by taking half health on Vessery or taking Seven Sister on the board. So, honestly, I think the resistance player here, I wouldn't be playing this conservatively, was what I'd be saying. Going for the boost there to try and get a shot on Seven Sister. I think you just force the issue. Take the boost around to the left. Come on. Come on, you know you want to. Thinking about it? Yeah, that's it. Exchanging range 1 shots there, but it also means that Seven Sister probably isn't shooting Poe as well. These A-Wings have not been hit yet, so that's worked out quite well. And I think Taliesin might just have a shot against Vessery as well, which is fantastic. However, it looks like she may have gotten in the way of Poe. Hopefully he hasn't tried to do Talon roll. Unless she boosts... Oh, boost around to the right to get another big hit on Vessery. Nope, boosting straight. Yep, that seems good. And if Poe does a Talon roll... Nope, just the 3 hard. Well, now he's getting hit by everything, but that's okay. That's okay. Poe's not getting a shot here. However, with Redline gone, we have A-Wings firing first. And we have... Oh, yes, that is hitting Seven Sister. So let's see how these dice go for Seven Sister. Only 1 health remaining. We have... And we are spending focus. We have 3 hits. Here we go. We need a good roll from Seven Sister. It's 2 blanks and an evade. And spend evade. And taking 1 hit. And that's it. She's dead. Not an initiative match, so she does not get to return fire. And that pretty much just sews it up for the resistance here. Vessery firing at... it is unclear who he's firing at. Spending focus for 3 hits. Versus... It's on Poe? Yeah, it's on Poe. Yeah, cool. And Poe, 2 focus... Sorry, an evade and 2... sorry, a focus and 2 evades cleans that up nicely. 1 minute left. We're back on dials. So we will play out this final round. And at this point, we're just really going for extra points. Not likely that Vessery is coming off the board, but could easily go down to half health and give Whisper some extra MOV. Also, on the other side of the table, Poe could go down to half health. And of course, the A-Wings. 1 solid hit gets them on half health. So both players going for points now, but yeah, the Resistance has very comfortably sewn this one up. Played very well. Actually, both players have done quite well here. I just think the Resistance have really dictated the terms of this fight. Quite impressed the way that rookie sort of kited off the swarm twice. It just gave enough incremental advantages to work, so well done for doing that. Here we go. Final round, dials are set. The timer is at 0. Let's see if we can squeak out a few more points. Vessery turning into the middle of the group. And just doing a quick barrel roll there. Just probably trying to avoid getting shot. Lose any more MOV. Oh, that was well called. Well done. Very nice. Unfortunately, Taliesin cannot do a K turn as she has a stress token. So we're not getting all 3 guns on Vessery. Not that we could with Poe regardless, but nope, just turning away. Might spell a pretty nasty hit on Taliesin. Nope, just goes for the focus there. Poe just sliding on forward. Given a couple of nice juicy shots here for Vessery, so some shenanigans might happen here. You never know. Yep, just boost focus. Cleared the stress, so 2 stress tokens, doesn't matter. Okay, so no shots from Poe. We have a shot into the side here of Colonel Vessery. 2 more hits will yield a bit more MOV. Oh, 3 hits. Okay. That, we might have something happen here. So we have a hit and a crit versus... there are no focus tokens. And that is MOV on Vessery. Alright, let's see if Vessery can do something in return. We need 2 hits here on this A-Wing, or on Poe, just the 1 hit on Poe. Is that right? Yeah, 1 hit on Poe. Let's see if he can pull it off. And we are obstructed? Question mark? Oh, jeez, it's pretty close. I guess we'll find out in a second when the players roll their dice. He's rolling like a madman. Here we go. Hit and 2 focus. And we have an evade. Poe spends focus to get 3 evades just for the rub-ins. And we have a victory here for the Resistance. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to do one more match from this round 2. We have a couple of players here, both on 1 win, so we'll see how that goes. Going into the final round, we will have 3 players on 2 wins, so it will come down to MOV in the end. But in the meantime, hope you're all enjoying this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Reddit. If you want to be involved with anything like this that we're doing here on the channel, you can join up to the Patreon. The $5 tier gets you access to the Discord, which allows you to do things like this for the channel. We'll be doing plenty more of this while we're all in isolation, so plenty of time to have a bit of fun and do some kind of stuff and join the community, because hey, at times like this, community is basically all we have. In the meantime, I will catch you all in the next video.